Right, enough of the waxing lyrical, it's time to get down to business with guitar soon-to-be legend, Kenny Duncan. Up above 69A Manners Street on the first floor is an artist. Kenny Duncan knows more about guitars than the All Blacks know about beating Australia. And that's quite a lot. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, mate. How you going?
How you going, man? I'm Jeremy.
Nice to meet you.
I have got a bit of a guitar problem. It's never really been set up properly, so my tuning's a little bit all over the place.
Yep.
Are you the man for the job?
Yeah, man.
Because I hear you are.
Cheers. Pull it out. Let's pull it out and have a look.
Awesome. Yeah, she's a bit beaten up, but she kind of does the trick, but been struggling a bit lately.
You've been playing Maton for a while?
I've been playing that one for, I've had that one for a couple of years. Mainly for riding though.
Yeah. And what string gauge are you running on this?
The Elixir Lights 12 gauge, I think. So where did you learn your craft?
Various different people. I relocated over to Australia and just met someone through a mutual friend, and he was doing guitars, and sort of long story short, he built me something, and I was the first person that wasn't 100% happy with his work, you know? I sort of picked holes in all sorts of things that I wasn't happy with, and we had this sort of running joke for a while that was, if you're not 100% happy with this guitar when it's finished, I'm going to eat it. And,
oh, nice.
It was pretty funny.
And you're a guitarist yourself?
Yeah, yep. And so, yeah, I got this thing and I was just, wasn't really picking holes in his work kind of thing. It was just certain little things, and he didn't know what to do, so he offered me a job, and the rest was history kind of thing.
Nice.
You know? So it was like a two-man team building about 30 custom guitars a year, and that was just all, you know, one-offs. People would come in with sketches and drawings and ideas, and we would sort of bring them to life. And as well as doing that, we were doing about 500 repairs as well, you know, so really busy. You don't go to a GP for heart surgery, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you can, you can get sort of a basic assessment done kind of thing, but, you know, things like this, there's so many factors, you know, humidity, all sorts of things, you know, to be aware of, and then electric guitars, again, just have far more moving parts, so there's far more things to tweak with them, you know? It's just, people are chasing sounds in their heads and they're trying to connect with it, and it's weird. I've always seen myself more as almost like a counsellor rather than a repairer, because, you know, or a luthier, so to speak, because it's all about, you know, you sort of walk in and you're unhappy and you're not connecting, and by the time you go away, you're all connecting and you're happy. It's like, you know.
It seems to me like this is a small compartment of passion. You know, you've got your records up here.
It's my man cave, mate.
Yeah. But you work here.
Yeah.
That must be a really amazing thing.
Yeah, it's cool. From day one, it's always been about making the experience as easy as possible, you know. We're impatient, you know. We're in a society now, we want instant gratification with everything. I organised a little while ago on my new website, version 2.0, bigger, better, better kind of thing. We've got, you know, online bookings. I know when you're coming in, you get priority service kind of thing. Just the process is easier. All your details are already here. You arrive and we know what's going on. You know, request a quote. Even I've, a little while ago, I started like a line of credit for people, which is called Easy Pay. And it's just basically, you bring in your guitar, you need, you know, 4 weeks to pay it off. I do it over 4 weeks. You need 6 weeks, I do it over 6 weeks. And it's just making it easy. You know, we've all got families at the end of the day. We've got bills, things happen, you know, cars, all these things. And it's you know, we're dealing with people. You know, I don't want this to be a sterile business transaction. I created KDG for everyone. I wanted everyone to have a great playing guitar. You know, not just those people with deep pockets that could afford the fanciest bits and pieces kind of thing. So yeah, that's really what it's about. You know,
You can make the $300 Squire sound like a dream.
Yep.
For what it is.
Read some of the testimonials. I think there's a guy that even said that. There's the title, made my $300 guitar sound like $1 million and feel like $1 million. It's just, there's a lot of local albums out there, and I'm starting to get my name in the thanks things here and there, and you know, I love it. I love the fact that people, you know, get to connect and get the best out of their guitars, and you know, some of us just play and we don't know what's going on, you know. We just know, oh, it sounds bad. Why does it sound bad? Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, you know. I was the geek with all the magazines and the research and constantly thinking about things. So I've actually martyred myself in the sense where I've ruined my own playing experience forever, because when I pick up something, all I can see is the faults in it as opposed to enjoy the beauty in it.